Hi, I'm Mac. Hi, I'm Ruckus. And together, we're Maximum Ruckus! Yay!
I've been thinking a lot about light bulbs lately.
Okay, Thomas Edison, go on.
Well, I'm not inventing anything, I've just been thinking about it because light bulbs are just different these days.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you have experience with this, but back in the day, Makenna, I feel like I was changing light bulbs
Oh,
constantly.
all the
I was just
time.
constantly changing light bulbs, and obviously, some big innovations have happened in my lifetime in regards to the light bulb.
Uh-huh.
We switched to the curly guys for a little bit, right? The curly fry
Right,
light bulb.
yes!
Remember that?
Like the curly fry, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, LEDs now.
Yeah.
It's all LEDs now.
Kids love LEDs.
But I was thinking about just, these LEDs, they last a really, really long time.
They do.
And I felt like back in the day, I was changing out light bulbs 24/7. Like every single day, I'm changing out a light bulb. It's ridiculous. And so I started looking into that. Found out, guess what?
What?
The light bulb companies actually, essentially, throttled light bulbs to make them worse.
Oh.
Yeah, like early in the 1900s and stuff, there was the light bulb companies were not making as much money as they wanted to because the light bulbs lasted too long.
Interesting.
There's actually a light bulb that got put in 1901 or something that's still active, it still works.
Oh, where is
they
this?
were light bulbs. The incandescent bulb was a good bulb.
Good bulb. Dang.
It worked really well, and then all of the light bulb companies got together and conspired to make them worse, so people would spend more money on light bulbs.
What the heck? That's ridiculous. Yeah. But guess what? We got good light bulbs again.
Yeah, now we got the LED bulbs, and they dim and
they do everything. They change colors.
Crazy bulbs. But yeah, for a long time they were scamming us.
I can't believe
for 100 years.
Oh,
they were just scamming us.
Well,
we did anything about it.
Growing up, well, no, we still do. We have the candles in the windows, at my house, in the front of the house, and I remember having to. Are you not familiar with this?
Candles in the windows?
Yeah. Like candle. Are you familiar with candles?
I know a candle, yeah.
And then they had light bulbs. They didn't light them. They had light bulbs.
Yeah, sure.
To light up the front of the house or whatever. And
so just decorative.
Yeah.
Is this common where you're from?
It seems to be, yeah.
Okay, not a thing I've noticed out here.
Really? Interesting. Yeah. Huh. But they growing up until last year, we had to change those damn light bulbs so often. I remember it was a whole ordeal whenever my dad would go up to the basement, or not the basement, the attic to change the light bulb in the attic, or we have in the foyer we have that useless platform thing that meme was about, and we had 3 candles up there, and it was all I had to bring the ladder in and go up and change the light bulbs. But now we changed to what is solar powered light bulbs?
Oh yeah, those are pretty popular as well.
Yeah, they're way better. But yeah, not changing light and not burning your hands as often on the light bulbs.
Oh man, yeah, I haven't thought about that in a while.
Yeah,
you're unscrewing it and then it's and you drop it and
exactly.
That hasn't happened in a long time,
No, thank God. I burn my hands so often. Sometimes. That's how I would measure how long I've had my light on would be. I would touch the light bulb, see how hot it was. But now I'm touching this light bulb right here. It's warm, but it's not
I mean, it heats up, energy and whatnot.
But it's not I'm not gonna burn. I'm not gonna burn my fingerprints off or anything.
Yeah, well, because there's not a thing in there that's on fire anymore,
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you remember the sound of when you could hear a light bulb would burn out, right?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Flick it on and be it'd get all fucked up.
It would scare me so bad every time. Whenever my light bulb at my desk would burn out. Ooh, I hated that. Yeah, not a fan. Yeah. Oh.
But it's just crazy to me. Yeah. So the Centennial light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this bulb's been running for 121 years.
Whoa. Is it where is it?
It's in Livermore, California.
Let's go.
4550 East Avenue.
What?
It is maintained by the Livermore Pleasanton Fire Department.
Where is that, in Northern California, Southern California?
I think I've been to Pleasanton. Let me look up.
Ooh, field trip.
Pleasanton, California is where? Oh, okay. So this is like a little bit past it's in kind of like the Bay Area.
Oh, okay. The
Near
field
like
trip.
Fremont, I guess.
Fremont.
Yeah, it would be be about probably 4 hours away from me.
Oh,
Go see this old ass light bulb.
yeah. Let's do it during TwitchCon. I realize it's in opposite sides of the state,
Yeah,
but
no,
hear me out.
that's like 10 hours away.
Road trip.
But yeah, it's just like, it's crazy to me that the companies making light bulbs just got away with that. Like, they just made light bulbs bad, and we were all just like,
Yeah,
we'll just pay more.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Like, there were people at the time being like, I swear to God, these days the light bulbs, they're just so much worse.
Oh, absolutely. I can confirm that. It was ridiculous.
Planned obsolescence. It's not like a new thing. They've been doing it a long time.
What's going on? You ever smack your head on a light bulb and bust it?
No.
Ooh, yeah, don't do that.
One thing about living, West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
buildings pretty modern. Ceilings tend to be higher.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. No, I didn't do that. My dad did it, though. Smacked his head, yeah. Casual rad band things.
Yeah, he seems to be doing stuff like that a lot,
Yeah, for science. Oh my God, I didn't tell you about this. Speaking of my dad, so we were driving home from lunch one day, and I was talking about how, like, I have a bottom retainer on the bottom of my teeth after I have a permanent retainer. And he was like, yeah, because his bottom teeth, he's like, yeah, my bottom teeth are messed up, and like some are chipped or whatever. And like, oh, why are some of them chipped? He goes, oh, did hockey, baseball, softball, opening bottles. And I'm like,
classic.
What do you mean? And he goes, we didn't have a bottle opener. We just opened them with our teeth. I go, huh, okay.
Yeah,
you know what? It checks out.
Yeah, it seems like a thing he'd do.
Anyone else, I would have been more shocked, but no, not with him. But yeah, light bulbs, hockey.
Yeah, light bulbs.
Bottle caps.
Well, what's up, Internet? Welcome to Maximum Ruckus.
Hi.
The only podcast in the world that hates light bulbs, I guess.
We're a light bulb podcast.
I kind of missed the point. I am your host, Jose Ruckus, aka Big Gulp. Joining me, as always, Makenna, the Mechanic May.
That's me. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right, McKenna.
Very good. I'm glad to hear it. Yay!
Got a Super Bowl coming up.
The Super Bowl. Yes.
Yep.
Next week, the 11th.
Got Kansas City Chiefs against the San Francisco 49ers.
The one that no one wanted.
Yep.
Yeah. Who do you want? Who are you pulling for?
The Chiefs. I'll be rooting for the Chiefs. Hate the 49ers, a bad team for bad people.
Of course.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be, I think, a pretty fun game, I hope. The last time these two teams played, pretty fun quarterback, San Francisco, they got the Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
Fun to watch.
Brock Purdy. Broccoli.
Broccoli Purdy, yeah.
That's what they call him.
Yeah. Who are you going to be rooting for?
I was going to say the Niners, but now that you said bad team for bad people, I don't know anymore.
Well, why the Niners? Why did you think about
the Chiefs are winning too much.
Chiefs are winning too much, yeah?
I don't want to go back to back. It just reminds me of bad feelings of the Eagles losing last year. Although I like that Travis Kelce guy.
He's a good football player.
Yeah, he is.
Entertaining fella.
I'm excited to see Jason Kelce with his shirt off drinking a beer again.
You're not big on like the Taylor Swift or anything, right?
No, I'm neutral, Neutral. From Pennsylvania. So I mean shout out.
Yep.
But I don't think I have like any of her songs on my playlist or anything. I don't go out of my way to listen to the cheese swizzle.
Yeah. I went and saw the movie while we were in Vegas
Right. How was that?
with the Unit 19 crew, at least a good portion of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. It was too long.
Yeah.
Too
That'll do it.
long. 3-hour concert? You kidding me?
It was 3 hours?
Yeah, it's like 3 hours long. Just keeps going and going.
That's too long.
There was a point where I was like, okay, it's probably gonna get wrapped up now, and then it just kept going for like another hour. It was so long.
It just kept going.
Yeah, I know, too long. Yeah, not a big. I'll probably not watch that ever again.
No,
it was fine.
No.
I mean, it's not like concert movies are. It's 3.5. The show's 3.5 hours long.
Oh, that's no.
Ridiculous.
Too long.
Yeah, trim it down.
I agree. If your concert movie is the same length as like Endgame.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
That's too much.
Like, imagine being there at the concert because they're clipping out.
Oh yeah.
Like in between when she does like the eras or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
she's going between eras.
Yeah. Thus the Eras tour.
Yeah, which is bullshit, by the way, because she does Evermore and the other one, Folklore.
Right. Yeah.
Those are two separate eras. Those albums came out in the same year.
I was gonna say that confused me.
Eras.
And I mean, I think they came out in 2020, so like I was just in a general state of confusion that year. But like that in particular, like learning that they were two different albums, and then they're like considered two different eras. That just vibes are the same.
It's bad. It's dumb. Okay, so for comparison. Talking Heads movie Stop Making Sense, their concert film, only 88 minutes long.
Oh.
Significantly shorter. Half. You can watch Stop Making Sense twice in the time you should watch
and then some.
Yeah, so.
And
Taylor Swift doesn't wear a big suit and do a funny dance, so.
Exactly.
Have you seen the Stop Making Sense suit?
No, I haven't. I don't.
Just look up David Byrne's Stop Making Sense suit.
Stop Making Sense suit. Let me see.
It's just this big old gray suit, and he dances all funny in it.
It's in stock at usajackets.com. You have a spare 120?
Ooh, I should buy that.
Yeah. It's on sale. It's originally $280.
Wow. What's it now?
$119.
Oh, that's a good deal.
It is a good deal. You gotta order it in the next 5 days, though. What
are all sizes available? What's the sizing on that like? How do I determine? Because
it's by the chest size and your trouser size.
Okay.
Or you can get it without trousers, or made to measure.
Made to measure. I gotta get that one. I mentioned, before Talking Heads year going quite well.
Oh, is it still? I listened to those songs multiple times.
Oh yeah?
Yes, they're very good.
What do you think of the Talking Heads?
I am a big fan of the Talking Heads.
Cool.
I will be listening to more. I've been in a weird funk the last couple weeks with music. So I think the Talking Heads, I needed something new, and I think the Talking Heads provided me with that injection.
It's pretty interesting music because it's definitely like some pretty heavy pop music, but it's also just a bit on the weird side.
It is, and I like that. So,
yeah.
Did I turn music? Hold on. There's music coming from somewhere, and I don't know where. Oh.
Did Siri?
I accidentally hit a song when I opened it on Spotify. I accidentally played one of the songs. I was genuinely so confused for a hot second where that was coming from. But yes, I will be listening to more of the Talking Heads.
Cool, me too.
Whoa.
So Makenna, before we started the podcast, you said you wanted to show me something?
Yeah, I did. Okay, so few weeks ago, which I realized I just gave you 3 time references. I think it was a few weeks ago at this point. We were talking about the New York Times mini crossword.
Yeah.
And you mentioned I should make a scoreboard or leaderboard.
Well, yeah, because you were telling me that like you and your parents and your sister, you
Yes.
guys text your scores every day, and
Yes.
then you like and it was because like you said like, oh, Rodney May, he's clearly improving. Sometimes he's like getting pretty high up there and stuff. And so I was just like, yeah, you should track leaderboard,
Yes.
who's winning for the month.
Yes. So I did that. Here it is.
Whoa!
I got a poster board. I even bought a yardstick. So here
Wow,
it is.
there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it is. It took me. Let me tell you what centimeters changed my life. This is all in centimeters, baby. Because inches didn't work, and there was probably a good few days in there where I just didn't work on it because I just had like not a breakdown, but I was just like I'm done with measurements. But then centimeters changed my life.
So when I pitched this idea, I was thinking you get a small whiteboard, you write the person's name down, and then, you just get, because I was thinking, we do this sometimes when we're working on like relative like magic cards or magic decks and stuff. We'll use this process sometimes where it's just like, okay, first place, first place you get like there's 4 of you, so
right.
First place is 4 points, last place is 1 point, everything in between obviously, and then you just count that up for the month. So every day you just go in, fill out who's on the thing. There's so much going on, so can you explain to me? So one, I'm gonna need you to take a picture of this later so I can post this on Twitter, so the listening audience, twitter.com/MaxRuckusVids, you can go see a picture of this thing. It's insane. Break it down for me, Mac. What's going on?
So here, we'll start at the top. So we have, this really confused my parents how this worked. So we have Dad, Mom, Matt, Cam in these columns. Okay. We have 12 columns for 12 months. Of course.
Oh, this is going to track for the whole year.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
And then, so we have like what you said down here. We have like first is 4 points all the way down to 0 points if someone forgets to do it.
Okay, that mak's sense.
Yeah. So actually, conveniently, we were doing this on the last day of the month. So we actually have the tallies for the first month done. So the whole month I went through and I colored them all in based on how we all did it. No one missed a day this month, which was very exciting.
Nice.
So going from 4th place to 1st place, in 4th place, my father, with 51 points, not bad. My mother in 3rd place with 66 points. Campbell came in 2nd with 87 points. And I came in 1st with 110. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm hoping to go 12 for 12 on 1st place finishes throughout the year.
That'd be awesome.
That would be really nice.
A feat done by no one.
Exactly. I'll be the first
At
one.
the end of the year, you do have to like get a high-res picture of this and send it to the New York Times.
Well, I was talking to our good friend T-Bone, also known as Toby, and he said I should get a wrestling belt made up for whoever wins.
Oh yeah, like I've shown you the one that we have for our fantasy football league.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me where you got one of those. Because I'm gonna get one. I think that will be the winner, or the prize for the winner. So it's intense. Especially now that we have a physical representation of where we all fall each day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Thank you. Yes, I am as well. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I was a little shaky there in the middle there, but we're back, baby.
Love it.
Yes. Thank you. And I use it as an excuse to get a new set of Sharpies, so, we're all winners here.
Oh, yeah, girl math.
Girl math! Exactly!
Yeah.
I felt like I was back in school, in grade school, making like a book project or whatever. Nah, crosswords, baby.
Well, this makes me think. I've been doing the Immaculate Grid lately, quite a bit. I've been really back on the Immaculate Grid.
Been gridding it up, yeah. Grittying, some may say.
I'm pretty good at the football one. I get the football one done In the 8 or 9s, most states, if you're not familiar with the Immaculate Grid sweeping the nation.
So good.
I know not a lot of sports fans listening to this, but essentially it's a 3x3 grid, nine squares, and across the top and sides are either team logos or stats, achievements, stuff like that, right? And you have to find a player who fits, with the X and Y axis. So it'll be like he played for the Browns and the Saints, or the Saints and a 10 sack season or whatever, and you got to kind of work your way, and you're only allowed 9 guesses. So if you miss, you're done for the day. You're not immaculate. It's very hard. The baseball one's impossible.
Yeah,
because I will get like 8 out of 9 on the baseball one, and then give up and find out that like the most common answer is like a player from the 70s I've never heard of.
Right.
Yeah, it's so hard because baseball, they just got it's this massive log of stats, and like finding a player who's been on the Blue Jays and the Brewers, just like how am I supposed to do that? Football, much easier. Players move around quite a bit more than they do on baseball. If there's stats on the football one, Makenna, I'm nailing all the stat ones.
Hell yeah. Let's
you
go.
Tell me, 10 sack season on the Bears. Khalil Mack, easy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hall of Famer, on whatever team, gonna be able to figure it out pretty easy.
Right.
So the football's my domain. Can't do the baseball one.
How do you do with the hockey one?
Not even, no, couldn't even. Like, okay, here, I'll pull it up right now, see if I can come up with a single one.
Please. I'm missing a big 4. Basketball. How would you fare on basketball?
Basketball, I do okay. I can work my way through. I don't think I've ever been immaculate on basketball, but I'm not bad. This, I might be able to get 1 on this one, hockey. So I think it's Florida Panthers 50+ assist season. I'm gonna say Jonathan Huberdeau.
Ah, the hoop.
I don't know how to spell Huberdeau. Jonathan Huberdeau. 33% right there. Boom, we got it.
Bam.
Nailed it.
Let's go. Is
okay,
that the
so I'm not
Flyers,
terrible. Yeah, Flyers 50+. See, don't know a player on the Flyers. Don't know a player on the Devils. Not going to be able to do all these. But Florida Panthers players, I know a couple of those.
Why do you know Florida Panthers players?
They occasionally get covered on the Dan Le Batard show.
Of course.
Miami.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's. I really like watching people do the Immaculate Grid because I can barely do the soccer one. But like you do it, and once again T-Bone, he does the hockey one, and then I've done it a few times with my dad because he knows like deep baseball stuff and even football stuff. Especially from like the 70s.
He was in the era when baseball was big.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'll do it with him tomorrow at lunch. See how he fares. But yeah, I love watching people do the Immaculate Grid because I could never.
Yeah, I send you mine occasionally, especially with the baseball ones, where it'll just be like, I don't know a single player who's ever played for the Pirates. I don't know. I was able to eventually come up with one of those where it was like Pirates and Yankees. Andrew McCutchen,
Of course.
One of the coolest baseball players of all time. Ooh. But yeah, no, a team like the Pirates, I'm just like never gonna think of anybody. But football I can usually. Yeah. So if you're into sports at all, you think your sport knowledge is good, you think you know a lot of stuff, get on the Immaculate Grid. Tell us how you do.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do well.
No.
Hard. It's
hard. Very hard.
I think you said you had one other thing you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I want to talk about General Hospital. So a couple weeks ago, my friend Mikey, he messaged me. He was like, McKenna, have you ever looked into General Hospital before? I was like, no, I can't say that I have. I didn't. My mom grew up. My mom watched some soap operas when I was a kid, but I haven't seen a full episode in a very long time. And he was like, you should look into that, especially General Hospital. Do you know how many episodes of GH there is?
So I would guess they're probably averaging 30 a season, is what I would guess. And I bet there's been something like 120 seasons. So we talk about 3,600, somewhere around there.
15,000.
15
Over
15,000
episodes of General Hospital. It is let me just pull up it's the world's third longest running scripted drama, followed after 2 British serials. It's the world's second longest running televised soap opera.
Are they like the 7 Up series? Or
It's like the Coronation Street and The Archers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's the world's second longest running televised soap opera, still in production. And it is oh wait, hold on. Oh no, it is the longest running American soap opera in production.
It's been around since 1963.
Yeah. And it's at least 15, it's over 15,000. Yeah, it's insane. I watched the beginning of an episode, and I think I watched like 5 minutes of it. There was at least like 3 different plot twists within the first 5 minutes of this
Is
episode.
it even still primarily set in a hospital
anymore? No, that was the other thing Mikey and I were talking about. He watched the same episode I was. He's like, there's not even a hospital to like the latter half of the episode. Like, where is this hospital?
My aunt was super into this. I used to hang out at my aunt's house a lot, you know, because I was in a band with my cousin or whatever, and, you know, so we were always just hanging at his house. Yeah, I'd come home, go to their place after school, and she would be, you know, catching up on, you know, the General Hospital, the Days of Our Lives, all that stuff. And yeah, I remember being like, I feel like there isn't a hospital in this show.
Right, exactly. It's like, where does this come into play? And it's been on for so long that I can't find like just a straight synopsis of the series anymore.
It must be impossible to get, because like no character who started off on the show must still be on the show.
Right. Yeah. 100. The person who's been on the longest has been on since like 77 or whatever. So like
that's over 10 years after the show started.
Exactly. So like I just don't understand. I knew one actor, Charles Shaughnessy's in the show because he was in The Nanny. But like everyone, I have no idea who anyone else is.
Yeah, I'm pretty I'm looking at the settings came up on the thing. I just pulled up the Wikipedia page or whatever, but like I'm really interested in like soap operas and stuff. I'm fascinated by like I'm really into long form storytelling. The idea of like, you know, like us, you know, comic books do this, you know, obviously, you know. The Marvel like universe in comics is like, there are tweaks to it, but essentially from like, you know, the 60s to 2020 or whatever, it's like a one universe with like complete story. That's really interesting. Or like wrestling is another one. The WWE is, you know, there's no retcons, right? Like
right.
You can't recast Hulk Hogan. He was a dude, right? So that really like the idea of like having to tell a story over decades is like really, really interesting to me. And so I've always kind of thought about like wanting to read up on soap operas and like really like, but yeah, it's
hard.
Well, and it's also the type of entertainment that was never really designed to be like revisited.
Right.
Like reruns weren't even a thing when the show started. Reruns didn't become like a common practice until I think the 80s.
Right.
So like it's like really, you know, disposable kind of content. And also like they're like, do you ever see those in the store, like the magazine, like soap opera magazines?
Soap Opera Digest? Yeah.
Yeah. Like you have to like buy supplemental content.
Right. I was just going to
keep up with it.
It's insane.
Yeah. I'm pretty it's such an interesting concept, and I wish, I mean, it is the sort of, it's like designed to be able to jump in whenever you want, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because like the storylines move so fast, and people are dying and coming back, and you know, amnesia being like the most common like trope of it.
And I think I think it might be Days of Our Lives is on Peacock now. Like it's not even on
Yeah, I saw this the other
It's not
day.
broadcast
Actually, I was
anymore.
like browsing for a new show to watch, and I saw like Days of Our Lives, and I clicked into it. It's only a couple seasons on there. Like they don't even
Yes.
have it all the way.
That's the other thing. Like, once again, my friend and I, he was looking. He's like, "There's no way to watch like past seasons. Like they only have up until like the last couple of seasons. Like you can't watch a random episode from like '07 or whatever. Like good luck. I mean, I'm sure it's somewhere, but like
Somebody must be like cataloging it or
they
whatever. But I
have to
wonder
be.
how, because because let's see, when did Doctor Who debut? Um, that was 63. So it came out the same year as General Hospital. Are you familiar with like the wiped episode problems of Doctor Who, like the missing episodes?
Back in the day, I did, but please remind me. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, and for the podcast audience, because
Yes.
I'm not. I'm sure a lot of you aren't like Doctor Who historians.
What?
So the, in the old days, like the 60s, 1963, when both of these shows came out, um, everything was shot on tape, right? And
right.
then edited down and then played on, it was all on physical tape. So the cost of the tape itself and storing it and all this stuff led to a process where it was just like way too expensive to just keep this stuff lying around. And like I said, reruns weren't a thing until, decades later. So the idea of showing an episode again, just like nobody really saw any use in that. So they would take the episodes, the tapes of these that they shot them on, they would wipe them and reuse them. So Doctor Who, a serialized show, so like if you're unfamiliar, Doctor Who would be like, instead of like an episode being an entire story, one story would be across like 5 shorter episodes. Most of like a lot of these have been found, like eventually found by either like in other countries where they were sent to run for the first time, those companies didn't end up wiping them or sending them back or whatever. And so some of these episodes have been found, but a lot of them are just lost forever. Like there are episodes of Doctor Who that we have nothing but audio of because one fan literally wired a microphone into his TV and recorded them.
Wow. That's insane.
And then I think a lot of was this. I wish I could have researched this a bit before we got on this episode. But there was this there's this lady who like obsessively recorded her TV, like set up a camera in front of her TV and recorded a bunch of stuff. And a lot of the stuff from like the 70s, like news broadcasts and stuff, we only have because this lady was obsessively recording her TV.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Ooh. That's so cool. Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Jeez. I got a couple clips of Jake and Josh filmed on our old Handycam when I was a kid.
It is funny that like there is this like innate want to like record your TV for some reason.
Exactly. I don't understand that. Cause like, yeah, whenever I went through and digitized all our tapes, it's like, oh, there's just 10 minutes of the TV for some reason.
Yeah.
And
like there was somebody in the 60s who was just like, I'm gonna record my TV. Like I'm gonna wire a microphone into my TV so I can listen back to this later.
Exactly. Just in case. Yeah, I don't understand, but here we are. I'd be curious to like there's gotta be so many shows though like that where there's just like lost episodes because of that tape thing.
Most early TV is just completely impossible to, because I mean you like what the original TV stations in like New York and stuff are from like the late 1930s.
Oh, right.
Like a lot of that stuff, like there's this show called The Television Ghost that like there's literally we only have written reports of.
Oh, God.
And it's like one of the earliest serial TV programs.
Oh, jeez. That's spooky.
Yeah. Cause like for a long time, like when television first launched, it was like an experimental thing of like they, put the tower on top of the Empire State Building and like only like that area of the East Coast that signal could reach to got those shows because they were performed live.
Right.
Like they filmed it live and just directly
Mhm.
transmitted out. So if you're on the West Coast, you literally couldn't watch what was being shown.
That it's so like that was recent. I don't know. It's so weird thinking about how recently that was. Like that was only like 50, 60 years. No, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Longer now, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah, I suppose, yeah.
so like one of the earliest British TV shows, and TV
Mhm.
was, I think, TV in Britain, I think, caught on faster than anywhere
Mhm.
else.
Mhm.
The Quatermass Experiment is one of the like earliest televised series on the
Ooh,
BBC.
cool.
6 episodes, 4 of them are missing. We just don't have 4 episodes of these, and it released in like 1953.
Oh my god. 7. Jeez. That's wild.
Yeah, crazy.
Ah.
Yeah, TV's
TV.
weird.
TV's real weird. What the
But yeah, like
heck?
General Hospital, like the early seasons of General Hospital must be just like completely
Yeah,
missing.
they gotta be gone. Like, I wonder why they don't release the episodes they do have. It's gotta be licensing or
There, I
something, I
mean,
guess.
because it's like because there's like a new episode every day, right?
Yeah.
There must just be no demand to rewatch.
Interesting. Huh.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, like if you think about it, like who just rewatches a season of a TV show, right?
That is true. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you rewatch the entire TV, and
Mhm.
with General Hospital, like not only is it unfeasible
Mhm.
to go back and rewatch the show,
Mhm.
but it's like impossible to do so. So like why even put it out on physical media? And I think part of like the way that show stays financially viable must be that it's kind of like a slipshod operation, right? Where
Mhm.
it's like really tight budget, made really quickly on a
Mhm.
very small budget,
Mhm.
right? So I can't imagine that there's like, you know, like, oh, let's try to put this out on DVD to see if like the market must just be so small. It's just not even like worth considering.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. Well, they just ended, I say just, I think it was like back in, what, '09 or whatever? No. When did, no, hold on, As the World Turns, did that end? One of the big ones ended.
Yeah.
Um, oh my gosh, I can't remember. Yeah, As the World Turns ended in 2010. One Life to Live was ended in 2012. I could have sworn there was one that
It's
ended
probably
previously.
One Life to Live that I
Yeah.
remember ending.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like these shows have kind of gotten like the Grey's Anatomy of the worlds have
Oh
kind of
yeah.
probably eaten their lunch in a lot of like I don't
Mhm.
think they're getting a lot of new audiences,
Mhm.
you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was. I'm trying to think that we had some channel on at work a couple weeks ago, and a soap opera came on, and it's so like you know you don't even have to listen to it or know the schedule. Like you know it's a soap opera just from how it just is. Like it's like
Yeah, well, like because like the presentation of it hasn't really changed
right.
that much.
Hmm.
And yeah, like the sets are like obviously very cheaply made
Right.
and
Hmm.
like it seems like everything about it is this constant like battle between speed and
Hmm.
price.
Right. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Like
It's.
minimal camera angles, like the
Hmm.
most basic, A shot, B shot
Right.
conversation kind of stuff. Like the
Hmm.
camera does not move.
No,
Uh
absolutely not.
yeah, it's like everything shot like medium wide,
Mhm.
Yeah,
My
like
one of
very obviously on a sound stage, like
oh
not even
yeah.
a built set, like it's a sound
Oh
stage.
yeah, no. It's very shoddy. One of my favorite things in like a television series is when they for some reason the one of the characters gets like a part in a soap opera or whatever. I just love that.
Friends.
Friends, Fresh
Yeah.
Prince. Was there a plot in Psych where they was there a soap
Haven't seen it.
You haven't wait. You haven't seen Psych?
Nope.
Why? In my head, for some reason, I thought you were a big Psych guy.
You thought it was a big
I
sight guy?
thought you were a big Psych guy.
No,
Okay.
never seen it.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know why. I thought, okay. Okay, you should watch that. It's a pretty good show.
I've heard it's pretty good. It's just like I don't really watch that. Just kind of like regular TV anymore. There's just too much of it. I can't
There
like.
is.
I'm not gonna watch Burn Notice. You know.
Oh yeah, I started watching Modern Family. I
Pretty good show.
started. I started it 2 weeks ago. I just started season 6 today.
I mean, yeah, like that kind of 30-minute
It's
episode.
30
You just burn
you
right
fly
through. And yeah,
through
like
it.
you don't even have to pay attention.
No, exactly. 100%. I'm like off doing other shit on my other monitor. I'm like, oh, okay, stuff was happening. Yeah, I enjoy that show a lot. Yeah, I don't TV, you know. Oh,
Television.
I watched Airplane the other day. I texted you about it, kind of.
Yeah, you did.
I did. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's one of the funniest movies of all time.
It,
The speed of the comedy and like the way it's just like joke after joke after
Oh my
joke,
God,
just like nonstop. It's great.
it's so good. I had therapy earlier this week, and I mentioned that I had watched Airplane, and we spent like a good 5 minutes just going back and forth with jokes from the movie. It's like, oh, it's just so good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many like references came from Airplane. I knew like the obvious ones, but like there were just so much more. I didn't realize. It's so good.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of like, obviously like weird like cuz there a lot of it is like humor that was like relevant to the time it was made
Right.
in. Like there's the part where it's like a joke about a Folgers commercial,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Another thing that like people don't realize is a joke in the movie. But did you know that like before Airplane, Leslie Nielsen wasn't a comedic actor?
I read about that. I read about that on the Wikipedia page. And that blew me away. I was shocked.
Yeah, that like his casting in that movie is a joke. He was known as like us like because he's in like what is it? Is it Prom Night? I think he's the dad in Prom Night, one of the
Oh.
first like slasher horror films.
Oh, wow.
Like he was known as like a dramatic actor in stuff like the movie Airplane is parodying, like sort of big blockbuster, like the Poseidon Adventure, or what's in the Towering Inferno. That's what I'm thinking. Stuff like that. And so yeah, casting him and having him be serious the entire time in a comedic movie, that's a joke that people just don't get.
That's awesome.
And then that just became the rest of his career.
Yeah, because
Like,
he did
then was in
Naked
the
Gun,
Naked
right?
Gun,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I would like to watch the Naked Gun movies at some point.
Well, one thing, you got to watch the show.
Ooh, the show.
I don't even know if you can watch this anywhere, but Police Squad.
Ooh.
If you didn't know, the Naked Gun, the full title of that movie is Naked Gun: Stories from the Police Squad.
Interesting.
And it was a short-running TV show.
Yeah.
That was essentially just the Naked Gun on TV that like people didn't get, and it like it went off the air like one season. People like because it had that tone of like being really deadpan serious but really really funny at the same time, and people were just like, I don't like, they thought it was like Law and Order, but they were like, it's everybody's being serious but they're making weird jokes. I don't like, why does this show exist? And then they spun it off into a movie with O.J. Simpson.
I was just going to ask, I wasn't O.J. Simpson in one of them?
Yeah.
It's wild. Yeah, good movie. Everyone should watch Airplane.
Yeah, I think Airplane's one of the funniest movies ever made.
It's so good.
It's so good. You should check out some Marx Brothers stuff.
Ooh, okay.
Because I think that the Marx Brothers kind of kicked off that style of comedy of just like, we're gonna bombard you with jokes. Yeah. And some of their stuff like Duck Soup is really really funny. I love the Marx Brothers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, how are we doing for time, Mac?
We're on 47 minutes.
47 minutes. Okay, let's wrap up with one last little topic here.
Ooh, yeah,
short topic for you. Makenna, the Kind of Funny Up and Comer program has started back up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and we want to get you nominated for that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that you're one of the best candidates
Oh,
for
thank you.
this thing in our community. Not like obviously a lot of people are going to be
Mhm.
applying for this. A lot
Yeah.
of people are going to be asking for your nominations. Not a slight against any of them. A lot of really talented people out
Oh, yeah.
there. But McKenna's like really cool
Oh,
and
thank you.
she's really talented
Thank you.
and she's had a really big impact on the community. She's like
Thank you.
so obviously she produces this show. She produces all the shows we do on this channel and stuff, but she's produced like a lot of other shows. She worked on Short Sports
Mhm.
and oh man, what was who was the I can't think of the name of their show at the time, but who you interviewed Rahul
Oh,
Kohli
Simply
with?
Sassy.
Simply Sassy. Yeah,
Mhm.
what was the name of
Out
their
of our
big
league.
podcast? Yeah, Out of Our League. You produced a
Mhm.
bunch of episodes of Out of Our League.
Yeah.
And then you do a lot of stuff in this community with a lot of different people.
Yeah, just a few things.
And I think that you're like the definition of an up and comer because you're
Oh,
doing a
thank
lot of
you.
really cool stuff right now,
Mhm.
and you've got a lot of really great stuff that you're gonna be doing in the future, and this would be a really great opportunity not just for you, but for kind of funny to like bring in somebody who's as awesome as you.
Thank
So
you.
people kindoffunny.com/up and comer, nominate Makenna May, Potterpants 212.
Thanks.
She's the best.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I've I've thought about like since like Blessing and Chloe were there. I've always like had in the back. I've had like little dreams to be like, oh, that could be me someday. And here we are. Maybe this could be the day.
I honestly I don't think anybody would benefit from this experience as much as you would.
Oh, thank
Not that I know of, because obviously it's a really cool thing for anybody to be able to go there,
you.
appear on the shows, do all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But like for you to be able to sit down with like Kevin, Barrett, and Roger and just
Mhm.
like actually the amount of knowledge that you would be able to learn and
Mhm.
come back with and be able to put into the things that you do,
Mhm.
I'm not sure nobody that I know is going to be able to benefit from that experience as much as you.
Thank you.
So, I actually do think Kind of Funny should maybe consider expanding on how they've done the up and comer program in the past,
Mhm.
because they obviously in the past they've been like they do a games person and then they do like a Kind of Funny like non-games person,
Mhm.
right? And they go on the Kind of Funny Game Daily, they go on the KFAF or whatever the equivalent is at the time, and they just do like hosting gigs and stuff.
Mhm.
I think that they should probably add like a third category of somebody who's just going to sit in the back with Kevin and work on stuff.
That'd be very
I
cool.
think and I think that would probably be a better experience, like a more helpful experience than the other two would be personally. But
Mm.
like I think that would just be, obviously that's a lot of money and expenses and whatnot.
Mhm.
But I think that that's something they should, because Kind of Funny isn't just the people on the screen.
Mhm.
There's a
Right.
lot of people in the background doing work, and those people are cool as well. And we should appreciate those people, and they should get up and comers.
They're so cool. Everyone's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really neat. Thank you. I very much appreciate the kind words. Yeah, it'd be a super sweet experience. To to kind of learn everything that they do over at KF. And get to, like you said, incorporate that into like this show and other future endeavors. Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be cool.
It would be super cool, and you can help McKenna out doing that. Kindoffunny.com/up and comer.
Oh,
Um,
income.
yeah, we're gonna campaign on this super hard, get her through the nomination process, and then whatever the rest of the thing looks like, we're gonna be probably talking about this a lot in the
Yeah.
months to come. So
Yeah.
get ready for that.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like the people outside of Kind of Funny that have even said they've nominated me, which is wild. Like my friend from, I've known her since kindergarten, and whenever I did some soccer stuff, one of the hosts, he saw the tweet I put out today, and like he nominated me. So that was just super cool. Everyone's been really kind, which makes me very flustered, but you know, it's really cool. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this episode of the podcast. Thank you very much for listening. If you got notes, you got some comments, you know, you can hit us up either on Twitter, twitter.com/@MaxRuxVids, or if you know you're watching this on YouTube, probably most of you do apparently. You can always leave it in the comments below. Makenna, what should the people comment this week?
I want everyone to do an immaculate grid and tell us how they do.
Yeah, do that. It's probably going to go very bad for our listeners in particular.
I'd be very curious. I want to know.
I do too. If you got any ideas for things you want to hear us talk about or movies you want us to review, let us know about that as well. But until next time, keep the ruckus to a minimum.